Red?
The memory cards are proper.
Red. I can't tell on this one, but
Well, oh yeah.
I just can't see the
I
light.
can see they're all recording.
That's recording. There we go.
What are you doing in my car?
I'm just too lazy
You're
to get
always
out and get back
just
in.
like somehow
Just hanging out in the car. Yep.
Looking angles.
You got to get up pretty early in the morning to keep me out of your car. Spencer Pablo.
Scott Davenport.
Yes.
Man.
Yes. Photographers in Cars are back in uniform lighting, and I'm talking to you, Mary.
As well as
And we're,
uniform
like,
clothing.
Completely, yeah.
Whoa.
It's like, this is awesome. We're going to blend right in.
Yeah,
Dim
actually,
lighting, black shirts, black interior.
I'm glad we're doing this before we go out and we shoot whatever we do, because the last time we opted to wait till the sunset and we were wearing black shirts, we looked like floating
We're
heads.
just floating heads.
Yeah.
I remember that. We had loom cubes stuck all over the
Oh, I think we
the
did
hood
that
of
for
the
a
car.
couple. Yeah, we did that for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just got lazier, so we don't care.
Yep.
So, how are you today?
Yep. We are in Imperial Beach, so you're going to hear lots of background noise, people walking by. Heard a couple of people already blaring tunes.
Yeah.
For their summer enjoyment.
We want to bring you into our environment.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to sweat, so the windows are down.
And it is summer. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, good choice on the spots apart with the shade. This is a big plus. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus there's public transportation.
It is weirdly reflecting off of something, and then hitting your side view mirror, and then hitting me right in the eye.
Oh man.
So we got that going for us.
That's wonderful. So it's been, I don't know, it feels like it's been a while.
It has probably been almost a month since we actually sat down, because we record a few, and then you've been traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to go travel, so yeah, it's just been a while. Yeah. So how was your trip? Before we talk about a topic that we had.
So we went to. I did a few things over the past month, but the last thing I did was last week was visited Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yeah.
We've never been.
I've never been to Santa Fe either.
Yeah, we were just looking, we're like, you know what, we want to go visit a place that we can fly drones and eat food.
So that's really a kind of a wide playing field. So then how did you narrow that down to Santa Fe?
Places we've never been to, kind of, things that are normal to our vacations are water, coasts, coastlines, rivers, mountains.
Right.
We wanted to see something different. So we saw desert, and we experienced like 100-degree temperatures.
Oh, yeah.
And,
in July, yeah.
But, it forces you to just chill out. So it's good.
Yeah. Although I think, I've spent a couple of summer months here and there in Phoenix. And once the sun goes down, oh man, is it great. Oh, it's like 75. It's just fantastic.
It is. It was nice.
Yeah, but all day,
it was nice.
You stay inside. And
we went to Santa Fe also because we heard it's an art scene, So we went there. It's very bohemian. It was very, very nice. And one thing that I've heard about, but I forgot about, and then remembered as soon as we got there, were how great the sunsets are there. Damn.
Well, yeah, that's your desert climate. Did you get a lot of cloud action going on?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we were in between storms for a lot of the week. So it was either hot and ridiculously humid. So.
Yeah, so much for that dry heat that they always talk about in the deserts.
Yeah, it was good though.
Cool.
So
awesome.
What have you been up to?
I've been. Let's see. Since we last talked, I think I'd finished the workshop, and so just been working on a lot of different individual projects.
Yeah.
And those are wrapped up, and I'm heading off to participate in a workshop. In 4 days. Yeah, I leave, and I got a couple of days on the front end of it for myself.
Nice.
And then then get to go be a student for a while. It's nice to just immerse in photography.
The teacher becomes the student.
But without without having to do all the other things you do when you're hosting a workshop.
Yeah.
Making sure people are doing good, obviously teaching, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And then, oh my gosh, now that I think about it, I come back from that, and then in 3 weeks the whole family's going to Iceland. So yeah, next 6 weeks it's like half of it is travel.
Wow.
Yeah. So and then summer will be as far as I'm concerned, finished because I have kids that have to go to school.
Yeah. Wow, that's
Yeah,
gonna be great.
So that's the life of me right now.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man, that's so cool. Iceland is a wonderful place. Very lax drone laws. Excellent. Right about now, you're looking at some good long days. It'll mess you up.
Yes. Yeah. I think we're going to be looking at maybe 4 hours of, air quotes, darkness. It's not quite dark, but it's just dim.
Dimness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Yeah.
Wow, man. Well, cool. So, what do you want to talk about?
So I read this article. It was just talking about the camera industry and sales of cameras, and basically, I think as most people that are probably following this show, they're declining, right?
Mm-hmm.
So overall, the camera market is shrinking, and I think part of that is great. Manufacturers aren't making point and shoots anymore because everybody's got these and you don't need them. But what prompted me to kind of bring it up here is, when you hear news like that, do you actually get worried or get any concerns pop up in your head about, oh geez, this is part of an industry that feeds either my passion, my business, or both.
So,
and
camera sales going down don't immediately come to my mind. Don't immediately reflect that photo business is going down as well.
No.
It just means sales are going down. Cameras that are being made are just, people seem to sit on them a lot longer than they did.
Mm-hmm.
Advancements are slowing down. Then maybe.
And that's true.
So,
and I guess to build on that is, rewind 20 years ago, the way to get a decent camera was to go buy, a purpose-built device, a camera. Well, now we don't have to do that. Everyone has phones. The phones do nice work with their cameras.
Yeah.
And this becomes more of a professional or, advanced tool.
Mm-hmm.
So if there are less being made, does that end up meaning some companies no longer exist, right? I mean, like, the Minoltas went away and became part of Sony.
Right.
I'm going to pick on Pentax. I don't know why I'm going to pick on Pentax. What happens to Pentax? Do they no longer exist? Do they stop doing things? Do the major companies make... Yeah, exactly. Do the major companies make fewer cameras? Do they become more expensive because there are fewer and they still take as much R&D to go and build? I honestly don't worry about these things. I guess because I'm not buying new cameras all the time, and if I had to, or I'd have to spend a little extra money to get the next camera when my current ones die. But yeah, it's what really prompted me to say, well, let me find out what you think about this.
Interesting that you bring that up. The camera's dying. Mine died last week, by the way.
Yeah.
So 20 years ago, when I would visit a national park and people wanted to capture it, and I would look around, people had cameras.
Correct.
And that's what you'd see.
Yeah.
Now they still have cameras, but they don't look like the cameras they did 20 years ago. They, just like you said, they are these things. And what I am noticing a lot now are people are getting lens attachments for their phones.
You see a lot of those? Because
I do.
I do not.
I do. So, Zeiss, for instance, makes some. Moment is a company that I think their entire business.
Hang on. We have someone with a brake.
Check on your brakes, buddy.
Yeah. All right.
So, Moment is a company that actually, I think that's all they sell.
Yeah.
And actually, as of right now, they have an attachment for drones to give it an anamorphic look as well. But yeah, these things are. I can't believe I'm going to say this. They do a really good job.
They do. Yeah.
So, I mentioned really quickly that my camera died last week. It took, I guess the sensor on the Sony, the mechanism, once you exceed 500,000, which is a lot, I would imagine.
So you're talking about like actuations?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens is the motor wears out, that, the shutter mechanism, and then it gets out of the way, right?
Yeah.
Well, it stayed closed this time. So what I ended up doing was I ended up using this here phone.
Yeah.
And I used Lightroom CC on my phone to take the pictures so it could do it in RAW. And I was impressed. I mean, granted, you have to give it the appropriate amount of light.
That's about the only major drawback right now.
Yeah.
It's just, because I did something similar maybe 2.5 months ago. just did a shoot just with the phone.
Yeah.
See how it went. And as long as there was enough light, it
Yeah.
was all right.
I can't do any cool tricks like smoother, slow shutters. I can't do it as easily, or
I mean, to do that type of stuff, you'd still ultimately need some type of
Right.
tripod or platypod or
Right.
something to hold the camera. So your camera, so yours died of natural causes then.
It did.
Just like old age for a camera, so to
It,
speak.
it did. I took a shot, and then all of a sudden it said camera error, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Took the battery out and put it back, and I was like, oh, it still says it. And I took the lens off, and I was like, oh, I actually captured that.
I saw the photo of that where it's like it's actually quite elegant. The curtain has come down.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Toodaloo.
camera is done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, do plummeting camera sales affect me? Right now, I would say no. Hopefully, they provide a sale so I can go buy one that replaces the camera that broke.
Well, that's like the death spiral to the bottom.
Yeah.
When people start like competing
Yeah.
to say I'm gonna undersell, that's
Yeah.
a race to the bottom. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not concerned about it at least for the next realistically, I'm not worried about it for a decade. But yeah, it's after that, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
There'll be something else that comes along that we don't know what it's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
I did read a different article where some super smart physicist figured out all the equations around not having softness at the edges of your lenses.
Yeah.
And who knows when that's going to end up working its way into actual camera
Whoa.
lenses. But
wow.
yeah,
I'd be interested in talking about that once I educate myself on what's going on.
I saw the math written on a board. I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't need to understand.
Damn,
math.
that's cool.
But that was that was neat.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess I don't think it's going to affect me, but I mean, you're probably going to see more and more companies start to be absorbed into other companies. Or don't have the crazy amount of releases. Like, for instance,
Yeah.
Sony came out with 3 or 4 cameras in 1 year.
Yeah.
Now there's going to be a longer stretch, between them.
So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Where, like you said, if companies merge
Yeah.
or the pace slows down, the companies merging means less competition, which might mean slower roll on features. There's there's less impetus to go do something.
Yes.
But yeah, we have to just sit back and watch the movie and see how it plays out.
So you brought up Pentax and Minolta and stuff like that.
Right.
If we continue in a downward trajectory with regards to camera sales, in 5 years, what companies do you think won't exist? Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Ooh. Well, I mentioned Pentax. And I guess the reason that I pick on that one is I've met a lot of people that had a lot of cameras.
Yeah.
I've only met 1, maybe 2 Pentax shooters.
How about Olympus?
Olympus I see more and more of. Actually, I see that reasonably often.
Okay. Fuji.
And I think Fuji's got at least enough of kind of like a fan club.
I want to
that
say
will
Fuji
keep it
sales have gone
around.
up. Fuji and Canon, I think their sales have, by like, a smidge of a percent, have gone up.
I think overall, yeah. I remember if I remember the article correctly, Canon had gone up a pretty decent amount, but I think it's also because they got rid of the point and shoot, what do you call it, tier of products. So,
Yeah.
they said, well, we're not doing that anymore. When they remeasure,
Sure.
How did we do? Oh, well, actually, it went up. Well, you're not offering this other thing, so people that wanted to buy a camera, they're buying the next level.
Yeah.
Nikon is the one where I'm not sure. I just don't see them going away as a company just because of the install base. Not in 5 years.
You're right.
Yeah, not in 5
I know they've been
years.
hurting for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So 5 years, you think Pentax might be in danger?
That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, Kodak film came back through the Impossible project, so I guess anything could happen.
Polaroid.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, and some of the Kodak films too, right?
Really?
Weren't they doing like Ektachrome or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, they were just,
Well,
somebody
sure.
somewhere says, I want to
Yeah,
bring
but
this thing back.
they're not the same company they were before.
Oh, no.
But yeah.
No, yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Let's bookmark this episode.
Yeah, and if we'll come back here in 5 years.
All right. Well,
Speaking of which, we should get outside before it gets dark.
yeah, the light's looking
'cause-
goldener.
Yeah, goldener. Yeah, that's about all we're gonna have is goldener light.
Yeah. Well.
Yep. But let's go. Let's go make some photos.
All right, let's go
All right.
do that.